Okay, so I'm gonna talk about what happened. The worst thing that ever happened to me in pain wise. And why I hate fucking doctors, why I can fucking get away with pretty much anything now. Um, so let me tell you about this shit. Last week Wednesday. I know it was I remember it's a Wednesday because we're sitting in class, or it was after school. So I walked, like I was up on my feet for like about an hour, which I probably shouldn't do because my back is so fucked up. Like I have bulging discs and shit. But so I'm standing up during roll call, and we have to do our highs, we have to do our lows, we have to talk about our accomplishments. We gotta talk about the word of the day, the accomplishment for the day, our roll call, basically all this shit, right? So it takes about like 40 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. It's kind of a hassle. But so I sit down finally. Like everybody goes to their room and shit. I sit down because my back is just killing me. So I just sit down and I'm just like, fuck, my back is killing me. And like around like 3:45 ish, we can go to like or 4:45 ish, we can go to lunch and shit or dinner. So I get up. I try to get up and I couldn't get up. I legit tried to put my legs up and I couldn't move my legs or anything. I'm just sitting there like, um, fuck. I can't move my legs. I can't move shit. So I'm just sitting there in pain, like, oh my god. And like, I was like, I went to my RA or my RA came to me and she's like, Mary, I get to go to dinner. I'm like, I can't move my legs at all. Like my legs hurt. I can't get up. I feel paralyzed. So she calls a nurse, like an on-call nurse. Nurse comes down and she comes sees me and she's like, "Can you move this leg?" And I can move my left leg okay, and then I'm trying to move my right leg and I could barely move it. Like it hurt so bad. And she's like, "Can you push against my hand?" And I'm like, "I can push you with my left, but I can't do it with my right. I can barely lift my right leg up." So she ends up getting this big guy who picks me up and takes me to my room and stuff. And he's like, "Well, you're gonna lay down and we'll put like an ice heat compact on you." And sorry, I thought I saw a bug. So he's like, "Well, we'll go get you a like back compress and stuff like that." I'm like, "Okay." I'm sitting there I laid in my bed for an hour in pain, and they're like, "So they come back in an hour. How's your back doing?" It hurts, and I have to piss really bad. Like I'm going to pee myself if I don't go to the bathroom right now. And they're like, so I had to have a guard take me into the bathroom, and I'm sitting on a couch, and I'm just like, I have to pee, and I can't get my pants down. So I did a little waddle thing where I like shook my butt, and all my pants and underwear fell off, and I just sat down on the toilet. I'm like, oh, thank God, I gotta pee. Get up, and I'm like, oh shit, how am I gonna get my pants up? So I like sat back down on the toilet, and I pull my pants up to my knees, and I spread my leg, and I like pushed my right leg out, and I put my other leg out, and I just stood up on the crutch, and I don't know how I even did it. It hurt so bad. But I ended up going back to my room, going back into the room and area, and I ended up they're like, "So can you walk?" I'm like, "I'm not gonna risk walking down those stairs." They're like, "Well, we have a stretcher, we can use a wheelchair." I'm like, "Give me the fucking stretcher because obviously I can sit in that. And you can strap me in, and I'm not gonna be scared of like falling out of this damn chair." They put me in a fucking wheelchair, wheel me down, and they picked me up. Four guys picked me up in a wheelchair and took me downstairs. Whoa. I felt like I almost fell out of the chair once. Like, hell no. So, my boyfriend comes up to me and he's like, wait, like, he legit heard people saying, like, oh, she's going to the hospital. And so he's freaking out. He's texting me. I'm texting him, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to the hospital yet. Just give me a minute. Let me see if my back will start getting better. It didn't. So they take me before they took me to the hospital, the guy who was taking me, he's like, who's that guy to you? And I'm like, my comfort buddy? 'Cause you're not supposed to date anybody, really. So I just said, oh, he's my comfort buddy. And he's like, alright. So he goes and calls him back, and I could see, I know he was crying. Or he was getting teary at least, because I saw him kind of wipe his eyes. So I felt kind of bad, like, shit, don't feel bad, don't cry, I'm not gonna die. So he came, and then, like, he was holding my hand through the entire car ride, and, like, every single fucking bump they hit, because this hospital's in the fucking ghetto. So they're hitting every fucking bump, and every bump just killed my back. Like, I'm like my boyfriend was holding my hand, and I'm just like squeezing. I knew I squeezed the life out of his hand, because like every time I squeezed like really hard, he'd kind of like rub my arm, like it's okay, don't worry about it. So I was like squeezing, and he got to spend like the entire night with me. So I'm sitting there for like an hour, or like 3 hours. We sat in the fucking waiting room. Like I said, I'm never racist, and if I do come off racist, I'm not trying to be. But I felt like the only white person. Me and him were like the only white people in there. Legit. Only white people. Except for the nurses and doctors and shit. So it's about like 9 o'clock. This is like the time I go to bed. Or take a shower and get ready to go to bed. Because I go to bed at 10 usually. And so they're calling us, and I'm like, okay, thank God we're going in here now. And we get in there, and the nurse, like, she did the same thing that my nurse did at the school. I'm just like, what I can't do it. And she pushed on my nerve, on one of my nerves in my ankle, and I just fucking, ooh, it hurt so bad. I'm like, oh my god, oh my god. And she's like, oh, okay. Like, she kept pressing on it, though. Like, I'm, like, in pain. I'm like, oh, 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 oh. And then she let go, like, after she heard, like, the third ow. Like, oh, I'm sorry, does that hurt? Bitch, yes, it hurts. Glad I can't lift this leg to kick you in the damn face. So, her and the doctor come in, and they're talking to us, and she's like, well, we're gonna just give you some medicine and stuff, and you'll be fine. No, I'm not, bitch. Don't lie. So, I end up going, don't eat, oh, that bitch pissed me off so fucking much. So I'm like, okay, excuse me, had burp. So, they gave me like 3 types of medicine, like 800 milligrams of ibuprofen, 750 milligrams of methocarb something, and 50 milligrams of tramadol. So I'm like, great, okay, so you're just gonna drug me up. I'm like, well, can you give me at least a wheelchair access? And they're like, oh yeah, we'll give you a wheelchair and everything. So we're sitting there, and we called the guy up, and we're like, okay, can you come pick us up now? And he's like, oh yeah, I'll be right there. And it took like it took him like an hour to get there. So it's like, what kind of paper? It's like, are you on medicine? Are they putting you on medicine? I'm like, yeah, this is the medicine I'm getting. Paying him all the paperwork and shit. And so like the next day like I had to get like first floor. I couldn't go up to the second floor. So I'm on the first floor, and I'm just like, am I gonna get medical? And I'm like, I need to get medical leave, because I can't. This place is not wheelchair accessible. Like, I legit have to have somebody open a door for me. Like, anywhere I go, I have to have a door open for me, because I can't get through it otherwise. So they ended up giving me what did they give me? So I slept in like the president of the downstairs room, and slept there, and woke up like an hour later, so I was so happy because I got to sleep an extra hour. And got ready to go to class, and everybody's like, oh, let me push you in the wheelchair. Oh, I want to push you in the wheelchair. Oh, let me do it, let me do it, let me do it. Bitches, I swear to God, people need to not touch me. I'm not in the mood. And I was like an hour late for class, or half hour late for class, and everybody's like, I come into class in my wheelchair and they're like, "Are you okay? What happened?" Like I said, you went somewhere in a wheelchair yesterday. I'll tell you about later. I swear to God, I started talking to one person about it, and then someone like that wasn't tuned in came in like, "So what happened?" And I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna say this once. I have back problems. My nerves in my back just basically said F you, and I can't feel my right leg." So they're like, "Oh shit, you're like in pain." And I'm like, "No shit. No shit, I'm in pain." So, but like an hour before, like we have like breaks and stuff. So my last break of the day, I'm like, I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna get myself some medicine. I'm gonna get myself some ibuprofen. So I go get my ibuprofen. 800 milligrams. Let me tell you this shit. I swear to God, I felt like I was drugged up. Like legit drugged. I'm sitting in my class. I get back to class. I'm just like, just passed out while we're watching because we had all the lights off, all the blinds were shut. We're watching a movie. I'm just like slept, and like the movie was over. I'm like, what I miss? What I miss? And the guy next to me is like, you just missed the entire movie, and I'm like, yeah, I know, I'm tired. And he's like, so you messed up? You drunk? You high? And I'm like, shut up, I'm high. Leave me alone. And he's like, you got high off of what? And I'm like, don't laugh, ibuprofen. And he's like, damn, you had ibuprofen and that shit did that to you? And I'm like, yeah, 800 proof, yeah, that 800 milligrams, yeah. And so he's just like, damn. So, like right before everything closed, like right before the wellness center closed, I go running out, I go like wheeling down there, I'm like, I need to leave. And they're like, okay, sign out this. And I signed it out, and I actually made my counselor cry because I was like, I was in so much pain. I'm like, I don't give a shit if I live or die. I really want to die right now. And I don't care. I just want to make it to my 21st birthday, and then I'm going to die. And then she's just like, I saw her crying. Like, she got super quiet, and I heard her crying. I'm like, oh, fuck. What'd I fucking do? So I'm calling my mom. My mom won't answer. And then I'm calling my cousin. My cousin finally is like, okay, I'll come pick you up, like, after I'm done at the barn. So she comes pick me up at the barn, and like like all my shit's upstairs. So like no one was gonna help me up the stairs. So I had a crutch. I just lifted myself up there. I'm just like, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. And I made it. And I had like two of the other girls like come in my room. I'm like, this is what we need to pack. Throw everything on the bed. I will go through it. I will do everything. And I went through everything. And I'm like, okay, this I'm keeping. This I'm keeping. This I'm keeping. And like the girl that was helping me, she's like, oh, this stuff is cute. And I'm like, hey, you want this? Here, go ahead, take it. I don't care. Take it. Take it. Take it. Take it. I don't want it. So she pretty much took off. I was pretty much a goodwill to her. And so I ended up leaving, even though I wasn't like I had an absent. Like I legit got the wellness center to say you can leave, but since they were closing, they didn't inform everybody. So everybody's like, "Where'd you go, Amanda? What'd you do? You're AWOL. What's going on?" So I had my counselor. I had two of my counselors call me. I had my RA call me. I had the wellness center call me, and like I'm just like, look, the wellness center said after I see the fucking doctor, I can go. So my doctor prescribed me some like steroid shit that's not even working, so I have to go see a specialist. I don't want to see a specialist because I know they're just gonna give me a fucking shot in my back, and I've been through that shit before, and it hurts like hell, and it only works for like 3 days. But hell, if it works for 3 days, then I can go to prom. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, so that is my fun back fucking problem bullshit that I've been going through. I'm gonna tell you some other shit that happened at Job Corps too, cause it's never a dull day at Job Corps. So I will tell you about that later.